From the explosion at Embakasi, and she was first admitted at she was first treated at Mama Lucy, and for Mama Lucy she was bandaged and told go home, come back on Sunday. We arranged for an ambulance for her because she was in so much pain. The ambulance also picked her on Sunday. Mama Lucy could not admit her, so we brought her to Mbagathi. Mbagathi admitted her because she was in a lot of pain and she needed implants. Now most of the patients that come to any public facility for an accident or fractures, they require first to have the diagnostical tests, and that they have to pay for. So it is, we're going to push for SHIFT to ensure that when you get to a hospital, diagnostics are actually part and parcel, because it's the diagnostics that lead to the admission. So if you pay for all the diagnostic, whether it's a scan, whether it's an X-ray, whether it's an MRI, and you pay for all that before you get admitted, most patients actually can't afford it, so they leave the hospital and they don't get treated. So we're failing on universal healthcare. Now, when it comes to implants, I really hope that there is a way that we can facilitate budgets to stock implants in hospitals, so that I've seen patients who have really struggled to raise money to pay anything between 30 and 50,000 for implants, and it's really difficult. So Pauline was one such case. So through donors and well wishers, we managed to buy her the implants, and the surgery was conducted yesterday. She should be discharged in 7 days. So they put a plate to fuse the fractures on the major bone on the leg. So today, while I was visiting Pauline, I met all these patients, 12 of them. They were all following me, telling me we're in the discharge room and we cannot go home. We don't have the money to pay. Some of them, it's something like 10,000, others is 20, others is 40, others is 50. So again, I made a few phone calls with the little resources that I have. We've put together about 270,000 to release, 250 something thousand to release the 12 patients today. And there's another 48 that are discharged but not being released. So Mbagathi Hospital has agreed to waive 50% of the charges. So if you see, if I'm paying 250, that means the bill was 500,000. All right, so we're paying 50% so that of course we don't paralyze the hospital. I'll be coming to you Kenyans out there to help out so that we can release more patients from hospital, because collectively haba na haba hujaza kibaba, we will be able to do this. So here are these patients and they all have a story to tell. Mami, sema story yako. Umekaa hospitali siku ngapi?
Nimekaa
wiki tatu. Na umetibika vizuri?
Lakini sijakuwa vizuri kabisa.
Ni nini?
Ni kidonda tu.
Ni kidonda. Lakini sasa wamekudischarge, wamesema uko tayari kwenda nyumbani. Na uko na kadi ya NHIF?
Niko nayo. Ni venye njamachua.
Okay, so this is what happens. Most patients get their cards when they're sick. Sasa itamachua kama utahitaji kurudi tena, saa hii uko na kadi. Si ndio? Okay, sasa wewe bili yako ilikuwa kwa ngapi?
Ilikuwa 65,000.
65. So for her we've paid something like 32,500 for her to be discharged. Ulikuwa discharged siku gani? Jana. So wewe uko na bahati, leo umekuwa discharged jana, leo kwa sababu nilikuwa kwa hapo umekuwa discharged. Unaenda, si ndio? Na wewe my dear? Umekuwa discharged 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago ulikuwa discharged. Okay, sasa leo unaenda. Bili yako ilikuwa kwa ngapi?
26,500.
Okay, na umepona? Uko poa? And you my dear?
Tarehe 8 Januari. Nikakuwa discharge tarehe 1.
So from 1st of February she's been discharged but held in hospital because she can't pay the bill. Then the hospitali inakulisha kila siku? Na uko na kadi ya NHIF? Na sasa utakata kadi? Wajua kukata kadi ni 500. Uende uregister, ukate, alafu kila mwezi ujaribu ulipe ili uwe na hiyo faida. Na ninajua sasa serikali inaangalia hiyo NHIF yote, wanataka kutendeza ingine inaitwa Social Health Insurance Fund, na hiyo wakitendeza kutakuwa na wale ambao tunajua hawawezi kulipa na watatibiwa bure, na kuna wale ambao wanaweza kulipa kidogo. Kama una uwezo ya kulipa hata kama ni 200, 300, lazima usaidie serikali yako ili isaidie wengine. Wajua ukisema mimi siwezi na unaweza, hiyo ni dhambi kwa Mungu pia. Si ndio? Kwa sababu wewe ndio utatibika na watoto wako na familia yako, Na wewe?
Nimekuwa discharge for wiki moja lililopita.
Yeah, sasa unaenda leo. Nyinyi nyote mnaenda leo. Account sahi inamaliza discharge documents yenu. Okay? Na wewe ndio umekaa the longest.
Yeah, I came in October.
Uh-huh.
I was discharged in January and nimetibiwa vizuri. I'm going home today.
Yes, you're going home today. And your bill was one of the highest. I think it was 110, so we've had to pay 55,000 for you. Mami, wewe tutafatana na wewe. Najua uko na shida nyingi. Nasikia umezika hata mtoto ukiwa hapa. Yeah, na sasa unaenda leo.
Naenda
Yeah,
leo.
na hiyo uchungu ambao ulikuwa nayo pole sana.
Asante.
Yeah, uende na tutakufuata baka nyumbani tujue vile tunaweza kukusaidia. Sawa. Now, unaitwa? Penina suffers from arthritis, and one of the things that she wants from the government is that this facility does not stock the drugs for arthritis, and on top of it, it is very expensive when she has to go to private hospitals to get it. So we'll have to figure out. A social health insurance fund, SHIF, has to provide the monthly medication that is required by patients, because we might treat them, and if we don't provide the monthly prescription, then we're not helping them. So I think with the bulk purchases that we have and our relationship with India, we can get generic medicines at an affordable price that can be able to support patients that require Penina requires arthritis medicine. Unaitwa? Huh?
Rachel Mongeli.
Rachel suffers from diabetes, right? She's just lost a toe and she'll need the diabetes medicine to regulate her sugar. Again, that will be a challenge for her because it's expensive. So, kitu ya kwanza ni kujiandikisha. Sahi ni NHIF, ikigeuka itakuwa SHIF, si ndio? Ikiwa SHIF, wajua serikali inaweza kuwasaidia, lakini pia lazima mutake kujisaidia. Watu wengi sana wanakuja hospitali, wanaandikisha siku hiyo hospitali. Wengine wanatafuta rented mabwana ambao una rent. Anasema yeye ni bwanako, anakuingiza kwa kadi yake ili upate medical cover. Sasa hizo vitu zote zinasumbua na NHIF itaanguka. But one of the things that we have to ask NHIF, I know that recurring illnesses, you wait for 3 months. There's a window of 3 months. But an accident, there's no window for an accident. Because an accident, nobody plans an accident. So we need to get rid of the window for accidents, and we need the NHIF office. I'm so happy that the CEO here, Alex, is looked for sponsors to give computers. He's going to ask for NHIF to staff more people. Yeah, CEO, you said you've got a donor. Yeah. I mean, speak. I'm so proud of you. You know, I mean, I've been with this CEO, Alex. He's so hands-on. We've been here from the time we brought Pauline, and I'm so proud of the facility and what you're doing. I've made a case for NHIF because you're amongst the 480 million owed.
Yes.
But you told me that you're going to try and expand your NHIF services to the people so that you can get a quick approval. You're ready to go home now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready to go home?
Yes.
Okay, so we've sorted out your problem.
I'm sorted.
You're sorted?
I'm sorted.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But your experience, we've got your experience captured, and that was wrong. And the CEO is going to look at, you know what, nothing is perfect. He's going to look at how what went wrong with you will not occur again to another patient, do a training around that, and make sure that everyone can be able to be served properly. But I'm happy you're going home and your children are going to be with you today. So CEO, tell me about what you're going to do to improve on the NHIF.
Once we get those extra computers, we are going to, it's coming already pre-installed, the software for NHIF. Then we'll get the cracks from NHIF. That way, efficiency will be enhanced and effectiveness, because it means with a pre-installed software, the computer is already integrated with the NHIF system. Okay, and once we get now the cracks, because we also have a challenge of staffing. Now, once we get enough cracks, then we'll be ready to go.
You know, we have a lot of qualified Kenyans who can do this job. So where we have gaps, we need to create jobs. So if NHIF gets some of their 32 billion, they should be able to help you with some kind of support for the staffing. Because the hospital is now doing the job that NHIF should be doing. Because you see, how can you approve for yourselves, you know? The hospital has to be provided with NHIF staff, and the staff cannot leave at 5 o'clock because the hospital is 24 hours. The staff cannot be off on weekends because the hospital, people get sick on weekends as well. So there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm very proud of you, and I'm very proud of your team for making sure that all these patients can leave today. I'm going to try and raise an additional, I think I have to raise an additional 150,000 so that we can release the remaining 48 tomorrow, because these are 12 that are going. One of them came here to tell me she wants to go home, and I told her wait until tomorrow. So nawatakia heri. Tafadhali tafuta juu chini hiyo 500 kulipa NHIF ha? Na ikigeuka, wajua elimu, musikize redio, mujue ha? ile changes ambayo itakuja, itaenda polepole. Kitu ya kwanza ni muwe na hiyo NHIF, alafu mkiregister NHIF muhakikishe jina yenu imeandikwa vizuri, ID imekuwa captured vizuri, simu yako imekuwa captured vizuri. Alafu hata wajua wewe unaweza kuwa na ajali kama huyu sister yetu hapa alipata ajali, alafu yeye mwenyewe alikuwa hayuko na ufahamu. Sasa ni wale wengine ambao walikuwa na yeye ndio wanafaa kuwa na simu yake, pin number ya kuingia simu yake, kupata hiyo OTP, kuwa na kadi yake ya NHIF. Lakini hata hiyo kadi muwe na karatasi photocopy, kwa sababu unaweza kupata ajali upoteze, upate moto upoteze, lakini uwe na familia yako moja, umwambie hii kadi yangu ya NHIF ndio namba yangu, siku ile nitakuwa na shida, kama sina hiyo kadi wewe ndio utanisaidia. Wajua sasa uwe mbele, ufikirie kama wajua ahead, kila kitu ambayo inaweza kwenda vibaya, si ndio? So nawatakia heri, muende nyumbani vizuri leo. Sawa.
Yeah, 1 minute. Mheshimiwa, thank you so much. May God bless you. Nothing we can give you, only but God to bless you.
We are always very happy, Mheshimiwa, when we see our patients having been treated. They are smiling. Now they are happy to go back to their families. We pray for Mheshimiwa Passaris. What she has done is a gesture of humanity. We are very grateful. Najua ni mama yetu wote county. And beyond paying for school fees, I mean for the hospital bills, we have also agreed with Mheshimiwa. She is also going for long term to bring on board a partner who will be helping like mom who are having orthopedic problems. We have orthopedic surgeons and we want this to be a center of excellence. So she has already sponsored one patient who suffered in the Embakasi fire blast with implant, and we have an agreement with Mheshimiwa, and we are very happy, Mheshimiwa, that the partner will be buying implants for those patients. We appreciate your gesture.
I'm going to bring him over. We see. You know, hii kazi hatuwezi kufanya peke yetu. Lazima tuangalie wale watu ambao wako nje pia wanaweza kusaidia. But the first thing is the government should also provide a budget for implants. Because sahi ajali ni nyingi, ya bodaboda, ya magari. Sasa ukifika hapa na umevunjika mguu, bila implants huwezi kutibiwa. Bila x-ray huwezi kujulikana umeumia aje. So hizo vitu lazima serikali ipeane diagnostic. Mtu akiwa kwa emergency ifanyikane bure. Kwa sababu sasa mtu amelipa NHIF, kuna insurance, akiingia kwa hospitali kabla hajakuwa admitted, hizo test zote anaambiwa kufanya, lazima agonge 15,000 na atatoa wapi? Na yeye mwenyewe ameumia. So lazima we have to make sure that emergency outpatient has to be free. You know, from the x-rays to the scans to, you know, it has to be free. It has to be part of the package. You know, and you know, it's not your fault. It's all of us agreeing that diagnostics have to be part and parcel of the NHIF cover.
Packages,
And I think we also need to increase the cover. Right now we are saying 1 million, I mean 500,000. We have to make it the same as we do for civil servants for every Kenyan. Because civil servants get a much higher premium cover. The rest are getting 500,000. It's too little. With today's costs, you cannot. If somebody is admitted for 2 weeks, how do you cover them with 500k? It's impossible. So thank you, CEO.
Thank you.
Asante sana, director. Okay. Sasa nyinyi mwende mtoe nguo hizo za hospitali. Night yuko hapa. Is that the file? Okay. So what we want is to make sure that each and every one of them go home. Tomorrow I'll be here once you give me the figures, because you told me it's going to 345. So once I get those figures, I arrange for the money, then we make sure that they all go home. Sawa sawa. Asante sana CEO.
Thank you.
Director. Asante kupita director.
There is our staff here. Anataka kusalimia na kuambia kitu kidogo.
Miaka ingine hapo.
So take your fee structure, and your results slip for the student to my office at KICC 15th floor. And my PA is called Bush, right? I'm going to tell Bush that to expect you. What's your first name? Anne. Okay, so when can you take your fee structures and your results slips? Okay, you take them tomorrow, then Bush will give you an application form which you will fill. They're in secondary. Yeah. Junior. Now, you see the problem is NGAF does not pay junior. What is the fees? Is that a public school? And why are you paying 17? I thought public schools were free. But I thought public schools were anyway free. Pay what? Which school is this? And they charge you, is it a boarding? Yeah, it's a boarding, that's why you pay. Okay, just go and see Bush and I'll see what we can do. Alright? Okay, maybe we can make some flexibility because it's persons living with disability as well as body. Alright. Go and see Bush. Huh? Thank you. Okay.
You are happy now?
Yeah, I tell you the